Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com Fish and Seafood News. Today is the 23rd of September. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. Sturgeon spawning discovered. Catches of endangered Grand Banks. Climate change impacts on rock lobster fishery. Coral protection plan approved. Malaysian firms increases seafood export. More than 100 years ago, the Delaware River sturgeon population was the largest and most profitable sturgeon fishery along the east coast of America. However, overfishing, poor water quality, and habitat degradation caused population levels to currently hover at a tiny fraction of what they once were. Numbers are so low that the Atlantic sturgeon have been recommended for listing under the Federal Endangered Species Act and are listed as state endangered in Pennsylvania and Delaware. Several individual sturgeons have been implanted with transmitters that provide data on habitat use, home ranges, overwintering areas, and coastal movements. This important data is necessary to establish habitat protection and someday restoration of this important species. New data shows that the amount of cod caught on the Grand Banks this past year exceeded the 420 tons bycatch reduction target set by Northwest Atlantic Fisheries Organization by over 500 tons, or a whopping 119%. At last year's meetings, NAFO delegates refused to set and enforce absolute bycatch targets, instead relying on voluntary measures by member countries to reach their target of reducing bycatch by 40%. Healthy and productive coastal communities and industries depend on healthy and productive oceans. By rebuilding the Grand Banks, they can sustain fish and communities for future generations. Minister for Climate Change and Water, Senator Penny Wong, released a case study report on the vulnerability and adaptive capacity of Tasmania's East Coast rock lobster fishery system to climate change. It identifies a range of possible adaptation responses available to resource users and managers on the east coast of Tasmania. According to Senator Wong, climate change is already having an impact on species, habitats, and ecological communities in the area, and this is expected to continue in the future, impacting on dependent industries such as the rock lobster industry. Lobster Fishermen's Association Chief Rodney Trey-Logan said, "A well-informed industry will be more proactive and will therefore more efficiently manage the impacts of climate change, compared with an industry that ignores the threat." A sprawling stretch of deep-sea corals in the Atlantic Ocean off the southeast United States coast has been approved for protection. The South Atlantic Fishery Management Council, meeting in Charleston, South Carolina this week, approved the plan late Thursday night. The federal government now must formally adopt it for the protections to be implemented. The area covers about 23,000 square miles from North Carolina to Florida, and is part of a network of deep-sea corals so expansive it is believed to be the world's largest. The proposal aims to protect the area from potential damage by deep-sea commercial fishing and energy exploration. The Council's plan has been in 5 years in the making and was developed with the help of fishermen, scientists, and environmentalists. A 14-member Malaysian delegation is set to participate in the upcoming Seafood Expo 2009 in Dubai, billed as the region's only dedicated seafood event. It is also part of an extensive plan to exceed the $1.59 million in seafood exports recorded by Malaysia to the United Arab Emirates in 2008. The participation is also aimed at increasing the value of its overall fish and fishery exports to the Middle East, currently at $5 million according to InfoFish. InfoFish is an intergovernmental organization that provides marketing information and technical advisory services to the fishery industry in the Asia-Pacific region. Orange Fair and Events, the event organizer, said more than 200 companies from 33 countries are expected to participate in the October Seafood Show. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Fish and Seafood News. See you next time.